Hello people, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in again today. I really appreciate it. For those that don't know, my name is Okpeyemi. If you're a new subscriber here, please click on the subscribe button. Don't be stingy. Click on your subscribe button, please. And if you're an old subscriber, thank you so much. Please ignore this child. Ignore him. Let's just concentrate. I know you guys will be like, every time there's somebody is always disturbing you, but what can I do? That's one of the challenges we face being in diaspora. There's no help. You're all by yourself, so it is what it is. Yeah, so today we'll be talking about something very interesting. As you can see from the title. And if you notice, on this channel I always share personal experiences, like whatever it is I'm talking about. I try as much as possible to share my own personal experiences, because I don't want to come from a place of a hypocrite. I don't want it to sound like, oh, it's easier said, you've not been there, you don't understand, you get. So that's why I try as much as possible to share my personal experiences, and I'll be sharing another one today. I've noticed that almost all the failed marriages that we have today, young people, old people, most of them saw the red flags from inception, but they chose, or they decided to ignore those signs. They decided to ignore those signs. I'm not oblivious to the fact that the devil thrives, so if we give him a chance in our homes, and that's why we should not leave any loophole for the devil. We should always be prayerful. We should pray without ceasing, especially, and commit our homes to God, So before I start sharing my experience, like I said, almost all the homes today, they saw those red flags, but maybe they were thinking, oh, she's going to change, he's going to change, or I can deal with it, it's no big deal. And then later in the future they realize, no, this is really a big deal. I can't take this anymore, and things like that. So my own experience was, I was in this relationship, and yes, we both liked ourselves and everything, but this guy, I'm just going to summarize everything because I don't even want to go into details, because you guys will be like, what? Well, some people can bear it, but me, it was a big deal for me. This guy was too possessive of me. Like, I don't know, that's the best word I can use. Like, I don't know if he was protecting me, or I don't understand this point, but for me it was choking me. It was really choking me. And when I mean choking me, like I don't even know how to explain it. You're calling me back to back. I'm like, oh, I'm in the house, I'm at home. Oh, okay, give it to your sister, let me say hi to her. Okay, hi. Before, initially it was like, oh, okay, it's normal relationship and everything, but as time went on, I'm like, no, this one is more than it's more than normal. It's abnormal, you get. Oh, I'm in the kitchen, I'm cooking. Oh, okay, I should beat spoon for you to know that I'm in the kitchen. Or maybe we'll go somewhere, or maybe I go visiting, and it's like, okay, don't worry, don't take public cab. I'll call this person to take you home. And then you're calling me. The person that is taking me home is somebody that is your cab guy that is taking me home. And then you're calling me, and you guys have not gotten home. You guys have not, where are you? Where did you branch anywhere? All those kind of things. I'm like, no, I'm not in for this kind of thing. I hate when somebody's choking me, especially when I know I'm not doing anything wrong. And then I keep bringing it up, and then he keeps saying, no, I just don't want to lose you. Hello. I just don't want to lose you. I'm just trying to protect you. I don't want, maybe because of his own past, maybe he does not want what he has done to other girls. He doesn't want any guy to come and do it to me. I don't understand what he was saying. I didn't understand his points anyways. In as much as I was young and everything, I already knew the kind of marriage I wanted, and I was not ignorant to the fact that this was a red flag, and it was going to be a big deal in our relationship, because it was already a big deal. Everybody in my house liked him. Like, everybody, like, he's a likable person, but that part of him was not for me at all. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, no, but I'm just saying, for me it was too much. Somebody else, maybe somebody, I told him, I said, maybe somebody that they don't show love in her house, she does not understand what being loved looks like. Maybe that kind of person, when she sees somebody that's giving her this close marking, she'll be like, this guy loves me, this guy, everything to me and all of that. But for me, you were choking me. I don't like when somebody is like this to me, like I cannot breathe. And then I'll be like, see, guy, I'm tired. I cannot deal with this thing. It's killing me and everything. And the next thing, maybe I'm angry and I don't pick his call. I'm like, see, just leave me. I'm tired of this. The next thing is his mother that will call me. My daughter. Ma Binu, I'm sorry. Just take it that it's me that offended you, you know. Just take it like that. Just take it. I'm like, wait, so if we not even get married, these are the early small thing like this. Is the mother will interfere. Even myself, I don't even tell my mom at home. Sometimes when we're not even talking, I don't tell my mom. She'll just ask after me. I'm like, it's fine, you know. And then any small things, his mother will call me. Just take it that it's me that offended you. Well, he's the only child of his mother, but then, and all those things, I'm like, no way. And then I'll break up with this guy. I'll be like, see, I'm not doing it again. I'm tired. Leave my life alone. And they'll be like, it's me that is breaking up. Him is not breaking up. It was terrible. This thing I'm saying, it just sounded, it's funny now. When I think about it, I'm like, what? This thing is, it was very, very terrible. It was really choking. For me, I knew it wasn't something I could handle, because then I was already in pain. Just relationship. It's not that we're even married. It's not even that we're even engaged. I was already in pain. Not to not talk about when I get married. I cannot even go out. I cannot even do this one. Maybe I am opposed to be following me up and down. Maybe I am opposed to be following me up and down. I cannot. It was crazy. And I know people will be like, so why did you stay that long in that kind of relationship? But the only thing that kept me in that relationship was because it's not as if this guy was like it was God-fearing, but it wasn't like he was a spiritual guy or anything. But what kept me in that relationship was because before we went into the relationship, I had made my standards known, like this no, you know, all those things. It was not like a rule, it was just my standard. If you can comply, good for you. And he was ready to work with those standards, you understand? And it was hard for me to see somebody that would say all those things to and be like, on top waiting. you Queen Elizabeth, you know, that kind of thing, you know. So this guy, I made my standards known to him, and he was like, oh, that's fine. He would even encourage me to keep up to those standards. Don't lower your standards because of anyone, you know. Keep it up, keep moving with those things, you know. And so it was really encouraging. He won't even if I don't even want to make mistake and, you know, go out of those standards, he'll be the one to call me back like, no, remember you said you didn't want to do this, you know, that kind of thing. So that was the only thing that was keeping me like, in this 21st century, for you to see a guy that you tell this and he's like, oh, that's fine. So that was it for me. And at the end of the day, of course, I had to work out. I cannot come and kill myself. I cannot allow one man kill me for my mother. You get? It was somebody that I had to run away from, like run. This one is not just break up, run. Blocked him on all platforms because it was a crazy thing. So I know some people are in relationships like that, and it might not even be as. I know some of you just be like, what's the big deal there? Somebody's just giving you close marking. It's because he loves you. I remember I even mentioned it to my dad. I was like, is this how men are? Like, you are choking. To me, you are choking my life. I cannot do anything. I cannot move. If I move, you say, why did I move? I have to be where you want me to be. No, it's not like that. That's not the kind of life. That protection is, God is enough to protect me. Jesus is my banner. So for me, that was a red flag. And I had to flee. Because if I did not flee, trust me, maybe one day, maybe we're even married. He already knows that, yes, you are mine, not saying nobody more. You cannot have friends. Yes, so it's that bad. You cannot have friends. It's only what I want you to associate with. Maybe one day we'll now go out and then maybe I now see one of my high school mates that I've not seen in a long time, maybe at the mall or something. And I'm like, hey, and then I jump on the person, maybe you just slap me there. That's the time when I start seeing the other side of him. I removed my shoe and I picked race. So I know some people will be in situations like that. Mine might not be a big deal to you, but something that you know that this thing is really troubling you, like you've been battling with it in your heart, like, can I deal with this thing? Can I continue like this? But you're just staying in that relationship because maybe you're desperate to get married, or maybe you just feel, if I leave this guy, where do I start from? We've been dating for 5 years, we've been dating for 6 years. Hello, it's not how far, it's how well. You don't need to date for forever, you get? So it's not how far, it's how well. I've seen people that dated for 10 years, at the end of the day, waiting again, you know. So things like that, leave. Anything you know you cannot take now, like I said, that Yoruba adage that says whatever it is you cannot take now, you cannot take in the future, refuse it now. So anything you know that you cannot handle later in the future, you cannot. You're just Bamora. What's the English word? You're just tolerating it because you love this person and everything. It's love. It's not only love that will sustain a marriage. Love is part of you, but that's not the only thing. That's not the main thing that was sustaining marriage. You must be able to tolerate that person's flaws, that person's everything about that person. You must be able to tolerate. So can you tolerate this? Can you tolerate the fact that this guy is always hanging out with friends? He hardly spends time with me. He would rather stay with his friends than stay with me. And then you feel, oh, it's not a big deal. That's just his own nature. He's just a social person. If you cannot handle it, it might not be a big deal to some people, but if you know you cannot handle it, if it's troubling you right now, talk about it, discuss it. And if there's no room for changes, I'm not saying, and don't start thinking that I can change this person. You're on your own. No. Because I've seen people say, I'll change him, I'll try. You are doing yourself, auntie, big brother. So if you know that you cannot take it, this is a good time. A failed engagement or a broken engagement is better than a broken marriage. It's better than for you to get in there and then all those things that you were taking before, now you're like, no, I thought now that we're married, you should not do all these things anymore. Now that you're married, you should know that you have a wife. You're not supposed to hang out with your friends more. You saw it like that. It was like that before he got married to you. And you did not complain. So now you're not complaining. It's gonna start causing problem in your marriage. And so many things like that. Even on the guy's side too. You know that, okay, you are dating this girl. For example, not everybody likes being in the kitchen, even ladies. And that's why I always say that as a man too, if you can cook, you help yourself. I know guys that they do the cooking in their homes. Trust me. It's not like the wife that cannot cook, but she doesn't just like doing it all the time. And you don't mind, there's an understanding. Do you understand? There's an understanding. And the guy does it. There's somebody that I know personally that he will even be yabbing his wife that his soup is sweeter than his wife. So, you know, there's an understanding. They already know themselves before they got married to each other. Do you understand? And it's not causing any issue in their homes. But when you know that this girl does not like kitchen, and you yourself, you don't know how to do anything, you cannot even boil water, there will be a problem. And you're dating, you're loving, you're doing everything, you're loving, everything's sweeting you. When you now get into that marriage, it's not cause a problem that she does not cook, she does not do something. But you knew before. You knew she didn't like kitchen, you know, so, and you didn't see it as a big deal. Now it's a big deal to you. So I'm just here to encourage anybody out there. If you're in situations like this, those red flags that you see, those small things, those tiny things that seems very minute, that you know is troubling your heart, you cannot stand, you cannot tolerate it. Discuss it now. Talk about it now with your whoever it is, your partner right now, before you get to this next stage, because that time is going to be very, very tough. Trust me, it's going to be very, very tough. If you cannot take it now, trash it now before you get married to that person. As a man, as a woman, it's on both sides. This one is not even a women issue, even men too. If you know you cannot take it, trash it now. Don't be blinded by love. It's because I was in love, I did not know. Use your brain, use your head, not this place. If everybody said they should be making decisions based on their hearts, trust me, all everybody just be going bad boss. So use your head and not your heart. Think about it very well. Can I handle this? Can I deal with this? Can I deal with this for the rest of my life? It's not just a temporary thing. Can I deal with this for the rest of my life? Can I deal with somebody being possessive of me for the rest of my life? Choking my life, calling me. Do you know that? It was terrible. I'll be like, hey, I want to buy a recharge card. I'm not even asking you to buy a recharge card from you. I want to buy a recharge card. When I say, what are you buying a recharge card for? Is it not just me you're calling? Don't worry, I'll be calling you. Oga. It was that bad. Yes, it's that terrible. And crazy things like that, I can't even start explaining. To be honest, there's a lot of things. In as much as he's a likable person, but that part of him was a big deal for me. I like my space. I like I don't want somebody to choke me, you know. And then as a person, if you know that you're the one, that red flag is from you, that thing is from you, that character flaw is from you, try as much as possible to make amends. The Bible says, by strength shall no man prevail. Ask the Holy Spirit to help you. God, I don't want this attitude. I don't want this character. Help me get out of it. Because I dislike when people say, I hear people say, this is who I am, take me for who I am, I cannot change. Hello, change is a constant thing. Anybody can change. You already know that this thing is a character flaw on your own end. But you're now saying it with so much confidence that this is who I am, I cannot change. And you know that thing is a bad thing. You better change. You better change for yourself, not even for the partner. Change for yourself, for your own good, you know. So don't dwell on this. My character is, that's the way I am, that's the way I am. Ask the Holy Spirit to help you. If you cannot help yourself, don't Don't ignore red flags. We hear stories, we read stories on the internet, we see a lot of things going on right now, and most of them ignored red flags. Trust me, they saw those things from the beginning, they knew those things from the beginning, but they just chose, this guy that loves me like this girl that loves me like this girl that can do anything for me, like this girl that can do anything for me, I cannot afford to lose her. Even when you know that she's bad in this part and you know it's a big deal for you, if you can handle it, why not? Why not? Everything is about understanding. If you guys already understand yourself, like my wife is not good with money, she's not prudent with spending, you already know when you guys are dating, like, this girl, she doesn't know how to manage money. Even when you guys are dating, you can help her. I'm not saying she should be giving she should be giving her salary to you, but there are ways you can help her manage her money, you know. But there are so many other things, there are so many other red flags. But what I'm just saying is everybody's red flag differs. What I can tolerate, you might not be I may not be able to tolerate it. I might, like I said, that guy is married now. He's married, and it's a woman that married him. So I don't know if she's having issues on that part, but if she's not having issues on that part, that means she can tolerate such thing. Is either she's tolerating it or the guy changed. Maybe after we broke up, he's like, no, this thing, you know, pay me, you know, that is life is not that hard. Maybe, or she likes it. She's like, oh, that to her, that's love. That's the way to show her love. Like, when the guy is really after me, when the guy is really possessive of me, that's love to her. So your own red flag might not be my own red flag, but there are some red flags that they're obvious like this. It's not internal, it's outside, everybody can see it, and then you're still feeling, I love this person will change. I'm sure by the time we get married, this person will change. By the time we get married, everything, this guy will change, this girl will change. You're on your own. Prayerfully talk about it with that person, discuss it with that person, pray for that person too, but don't go with the mindset of I will change him, or he will change, he will change when we get married. No. I'm not saying there's nobody that can change, they can, but it has to come from within. Do you understand? But that's it for today. That brings me to the end of this video. Please let me know whatever you think. If I've made sense or I've not made sense, let me know. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel. Support a sister. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you love it. And don't forget to share with your friends and drop comments in the comment section down below. Don't forget, like I always tell you, God loves you more than you love yourself. Yes, he does. Till I see you in my next video. Bye. So yeah, today we'll be talking about something very interesting. Sorry, there's candy in my mouth. I don't know. This boy just gave me by force candy. Like, I have to put it in my mouth. Let me try and finish it. Mommy.